We've already created our Google form and we've ensured that our settings are appropriate for our responders. And we've created our first drop down question, which is the marking period. Now it's time for us to move on to our next step. So we're going to add another question. So over on the right hand side, we're going to click the little plus button to add a question. And in this question blank, what we're going to write is need area. And then I'm going to change the type of question just to a drop down box, just to make the form look neater once it's being filled out. And then what my options are going to become are each of the need areas that are outlined in the student's IEP. So for example, maybe we have a decoding goal. Maybe we have a math computation goal, a behavior goal, and if they are a secondary student, we have some transition goals. So we have our 4 areas here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to add sections to this form that match the need areas. So again, over on the right-hand side, the very last button here says add section. So section 2 of 2, I'm going to name this section decoding to match my first need area. I'm going to click the add section again. And in section 3, I'm going to title this math computation. I will add another section, and this section will be behavior. And then finally, I'm going to add my 5th section, which will be transition. From here, I'm going to scroll back up to my need area question. I'm going to click back on the question so it allows me to edit it, and then I'm going to click my 3 dots in the lower right-hand corner. There is an option that says go to section based on answer. I'm going to select that option. It will populate these drop-down menus for me now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my drop-down menu matches what each area says. So I've got decoding for number 1. I'm going to click go to section 2, decoding. Number 2 is math computation. I'm going to click go to section 3, math computation. Same for behavior and same for transition. What this is going to do is when the person who is responding to the survey comes in to respond, they're going to select just the need area that they are currently progress monitoring. And when they click next on the form, it's only going to show them progress monitoring for those goals. So they're not having to scroll through every single goal that the student has listed in their IEP. They can quickly navigate to that area of the IEP and progress monitor and input that data. Once we have completed that, the last step in this process is to go ahead and make sure that once we have completed answering a question, we are going to submit the form. So right at the bottom of each section, we see after section 1, and then it gives us an option. So after section 1, we want to make sure it's continuing to the next section because we've already selected where it's going to send us. But then after each of our sections, we want to come down here and make sure that we have selected submit form. So this means that once it sends them to the goal that they are progress monitoring and they complete everything, it is going to automatically submit the form, and it's not going to make them go through each of the individual questions just to enter nothing. So go ahead and select that for each of your different areas that you made. So all of them should read submit form. The last one doesn't have an option to do that because that would automatically submit the form anyway. So this is going to make sure that it's quick and easy for anybody who is responding to this survey.